Welcome back to Hot Movies. Today I will recap you 365 days, this day. This is a part 2 of 365 days. The movie starts on the eve of the wedding. Laura makes love to her future husband, Massimo. This sort of behavior is not good in the face of the local culture and values, but who cares? Laura suffered an accident in a tunnel in first part of the movie, 365 days. She survived the tragedy, however she miscarried the baby. Laura kept her pregnancy a secret from Massimo. Her friend Olga advised her to tell Massimo the truth, but she clearly refused. Massimo is the boss of the area's most powerful mafia. Laura wanted to keep it a secret for fear of retaliation and sparking a family feud. Laura and Massimo's wedding went off without anything going wrong. The joyful pair finally joined the wedding with the blessing of their families. They needed to do something new on their wedding night. So Laura strapped Massimo to a chair using her stockings, and teased him. Massimo charged at her such as a lion on the hunt, as he was freed. After that, they went on their honeymoon. Every single moment was lovely and full of love. While they were gone, Laura's friend Olga and Massimo's helper, Domenico, fell in love silently. Laura and Massimo arrived home from their honeymoon just in time to find them in the midst of a romance. Massimo and Domenico had things to look forward to. So they planned for Laura and Olga to take a brief holiday. Laura didn't like being pushed around, yet she agreed. Laura and Olga are talking on the beach. And Laura says she has all she needs, but she doesn't feel safe living her life under Massimo's watching eye. She was on holiday, and had barely sat down, until Massimo called her. Laura became enraged because she believed she had lost her freedom. She is his wife, not an asset of Massimo. Massimo feels he is doing everything he can to protect Laura, who is constantly on the watch list of his opponents, as the wife of the gang's boss. Laura should have considered this when she decided to be with Massimo, but he recognized his error, that he hadn't done much for her. Laura was wandering through the garden one day, when she encountered Nacho, the gardener. Laura was immediately drawn to Nacho's masculine physique. Nacho struck up a conversation with her, and he continually expressed his affection and desire for Laura. Laura argues that being a nice wife requires doing nothing, because everything in your life gets taken care of. Nacho believes she is already doing well. Through casual talk, their first encounter is packed with mutual affection. Massimo planned a Christmas Eve gathering for Laura's parents and best friends. They were all giving gifts and enjoyed the festivities. Domenico proposed to Olga, who agreed, and everyone wished them well. Massimo had a present for Laura, which was a fashion house. Massimo wished for Laura to be free to do whatever she pleased. Laura was overjoyed, so she kissed him and prepared a surprise for Massimo. Laura's present was unique. It was a game in the bedroom. What is it like to be the owner of a fashion company? The first thing you should do is look at the clothing items. Massimo was hosting an evening party when Laura cut him off. In the middle of a talk. Massimo, she claimed, was so preoccupied with his work that he had no interest about her. Massimo remained silent, and they separated on terrible words for a time. Laura then walks onto the dance floor, and looks up to witness Massimo going away, with his ex-girlfriend Anna hand in hand. Laura pursued them, and was taken aback to witness Massimo and Anna having sex. Laura dashed out of the ballroom, colliding with Nacho, the gardener. Laura persuaded Nacho to take her somewhere other than home. Laura left a voicemail for her parents after going around all night. Then she threw away her cell phone and went away with Nacho. Nacho drove Laura to his Spanish house. He prepared a special meal for Laura. He threatened to make Anna suffer when the truth came out. It turns out Laura felt that the difference between Nacho and Massimo was because of his attentiveness and sensitivity. On the beach, Laura and Nacho's pregnant sister Elena were speaking, and Elena thought Laura and Nacho were an ideal match, but she was disappointed to hear Laura was married and Nacho works as a gardener in Laura's home. She didn't say anything. Massimo, on the other hand, was completely unaware of what was going on. Massimo set up a meeting with his ex-girlfriend, Anna, while he was impatiently looking for Laura. He assumed Anna had kidnapped Laura for the family's advantage. Anna intended to use this moment to reconcile with Massimo. Massimo assumed from her responses that she was involved in it. Massimo has a twin brother, Adriano, who resembles Massimo, and Laura mistook him for Massimo. Adriano was driven out after having betrayed his family, and he and Anna began to get together. They teamed forces with an outsider mafia, and kidnapped Laura in order to set up a deal with Massimo, forcing him to hand over the power of the Mafia. Laura was enjoying a movie and crying in the evening, unaware that she was caught up in an act of deception. Nacho was already at her side like a good friend, but when Laura said she missed Massimo, Nacho felt uncomfortable. Laura saw Massimo's disloyalty, yet she had the feeling that something was wrong with her. Nacho understands Laura's emotions and helps her. They had a good time, and Laura slept off on Nacho's shoulder. Laura was having an intimate dream when she was woken up by the intruder, and her relationship with Nacho was gradually developing. Fortunately, Nacho arrived in time to apprehend the invader. In astonishment, Laura collapsed into Nacho's arms. She questioned Nacho's identification the next day. How could an ordinary gardener own a fancy car and an expensive home, with a sea view, and live a lavish lifestyle? Nacho claimed that his father was wealthy, but he found it difficult to make ends meet on his own. Laura feels guilty for being paranoid, but Nacho blames himself. Her surfing. While they were playing, Nacho kissed her. Laura is in love with Massimo, but it's clear that Laura is also interested in Nacho. However, the truth will out. Nacho he planned to take her to a wonderful location, and that Laura would be delighted. Nacho took Laura to an exotic island. It's a lonely island with only Nacho and Laura, and it's Nacho's dating paradise. Nacho tries to approach her, but she ignores him. They took a walk around the island, watching the sunset. Nacho's father came to meet him the next day. Nacho was obviously concealing something from Laura. Once Laura asked Nacho what was going on, he changed the subject and told her everything. Nacho was the junior boss of Spain's most powerful mafia. His and Massimo's families are firm rivals. Nacho and his father orchestrated the whole thing, and they were supporting Massimo's brother, Adriano, and Anna while waiting for the proper moment. Everything seemed to fall right into place the day Laura stepped into Nacho's car. Nacho's father decided that now was the moment to strike a deal with Massimo and take advantage of the chance to expand into Massimo's Sicilian region. Nacho then stated that from the moment he met Laura, he fell in love with her. His affection for Laura was deep, but he had no option due to his family's commitment. Laura no longer intended to hear Nacho's explanation and had to accompany him to his father. Massimo comes to Spain for the discussion, after being notified of it. Nacho's father charged Massimo with extending too quickly in recent years and infringing on the rights of many people. Laura's car accident served as a wake-up call, but Massimo did not cease there. As a result, he worked with Massimo's brother Adriano and Massimo's ex-girlfriend, Anna, to accomplish his goal. He intended Adriano to take over Massimo's organization. Massimo, on the other hand, was not about to give up his business. Then Nacho walks in and tells that Adriano is holding Laura. Massimo and Nacho today are on each other's side, and the two men rush to save Laura together. Laura notices Adriano approaching her in an isolated building. Adriano resembles Massimo but has a completely different personality. It clicked on her that Adriano, not Massimo, was having fun with Anna that day. Adriano wishes to reclaim his status and authority. Anna wishes to murder Laura in order to rekindle her relationship with Massimo. Laura is threatened with a gun by a lady with a grudge. Massimo and Nacho arrive just in time, and Adriano grabbed Laura. He and Anna, together with Nacho's father, devise a scheme to grab power and lead Laura to miscarry unexpectedly. When Massimo discovered the reality, he had a lot of things to think about. Laura took advantage of the opportunity, breaking away from Adriano's grip and sprinting towards Massimo. However, Anna shoots Laura first. Nacho takes advantage of the situation to shoot Anna. Massimo notices Laura on the ground and shoots his brother Adriano. All three fell on the ground in no time. Nacho pointed his rifle at Massimo, but he didn't fire. Nacho has no place in this situation, so he exits unhappily and empty-handed. Massimo rushes to check for Laura and holds her, repeatedly calling her name. And the movie ends here, but there is a third part too. So be with us to check the third part, and see you next time.